This is a disclaimer for today's video. I encourage you to watch this video all the way through before trying to make this project. I had a little bit of a, um, I don't know, my brain glitched. But anyway, if you watch the whole video, then I know that you will definitely not make the same mistake that I did during this video. Enjoy and thank you for watching. Hello crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Treasures of a Crafty Mind and I have a fun treasure for us today. I have a tutorial. I told you that I would come back and do a tutorial and share how I put together the file folder to make this folio, and I've even covered it and made it super cute. So I want to go do a fun flip through of this file folder folio with you. Thank you so much for coming along on this fun flip through. Let's get into it. So yesterday I shared this folio and I said I would come back and share how I made it. And so let me show you what I did with this one. So we have the cover page and then we have a 1/2 inch on each side for a spine or gusset, if you want to call it a gusset. And so I have even fussy cut a little image here and added a very sparkly ribbon and stickles. So cute. Love, love, love it. This is a Shabby Doodah digital collection from, probably a couple years ago. So the cover here is one pocket here and another pocket there. So you have 2 pockets in the front, and this would be great for a um, traveler's, journal or notebook or folio. And then we even have a pocket on the inside. A lot of room for crafty memories or travel memories, loved ones, however you want to use it. And then I have used a magnet, and crafty disasters happening behind the scenes, friends. I dropped something. Okay, so we have this page here, and I have used these magnets. These came from Amazon. I do a lot of my crafty shopping on Amazon, and they were recommended by Debbie Adams, Curating Memories, here on YouTube, one of my paper sisters. And I have copied or repeated the pockets on this inside cover as well. These are the best magnets. I wished that there, was more in the package. They're not super expensive. They're a little bit pricey if you're going to use the heck out of them. You know what I mean? And so here we have these pockets on this side mimicking the front cover. And I showed you in yesterday's video kind of what I used. I used one of my crafty tools I got from AliExpress. It might have even been Temu, to be honest. And so if you see these and you like to do junk journals and want to just make your own file folder, little and ephemera, these work out pretty good. So I shared with you how I used that tool to try to mimic the tabs on the file folder. And so we have a pocket here and a pocket here, as well as the pocket inside. And then we open this up. You can do whatever you like here at a pocket. I had some fun with my acetate and tried to make some pockets. Came out a little bit wonky, but after doing some embellishments, you won't even notice. And so here is what this page looks like. And then we have these two pieces here that I'm going to make a tag with. Again, on this side, you can also do another picture. And there's that large pocket. So lots of room. This opens up, another acetate pocket. And then here is where we have the edge of the file folder that flips up and becomes a tuck pocket. That opens up, and then here we have two more pockets. So there is a lot of room in this book, and the magnet is super strong, so I really like it. Now let's cut this file folder up, and I will show you how I put this folio together. So depending on how you cut it and how you fold it, you can even make one a little bit narrower if you would like a smaller one. Equally, the same amount of pockets, you can do the same thing with it. It's just smaller. Now, I was starting the tutorial and realized that I had done my creases wrong for the folds, and this is how it ended up, and I wanted to show you how I made this one. But just by changing where you do your spines, you can make it narrower and have a fuller cover, okay? Which is super cute. Okay, so after we make this first one, you can always, you can even have it this way. It really does not matter, okay? And so let me show you how I cut it. And it's just, you know, to put it together today, you're just going to need some wet glue that will give you a stronger hold. You could even do pencil, ruler, and scissors for this project. Okay, both of the albums are 6 inches. And so that's where we are going to do our cutting on the file folder. And you can do even an X-Acto cutting implement. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word anymore because of restrictions on YouTube, but anything that you like to do cutting, you do it, okay, however you want to be comfortable. 6 inches, you've turned it, close it, turn it. The opening is facing you. Take it in, and I'm sorry my cutting board is so dirty, you guys. I end up gluing on it as well. This is 11 inches, so we're going to cut it at 6. And now you've got one 5-inch page and one 6-inch. And we are going to cut, again, each of these right in half. And one side you're going to leave the folded or the embossed edge. And you'll do the same to both pages, okay? And so you can use scissors for this very easily. I am terrible at cutting straight. So I just want to cut that off on both sides. And the way that the file folders are, each one's going to come out differently because of how the tabs are. You know, it's made to go into your file system. So each one's going to come out looking a little bit different, okay? And now let's get implement or fold it however you want to do it, and we are going to fold the pages, and I want the tabs lined up at the edge there, and then I'm going to use a bone folder, and we're going to do them all this way. Now let's go ahead and fold both of the creased edges. We're going to leave those because we want those to become pockets or tucks, however you prefer to call them. I call them tucks. Okay. And I'm going to line, it really doesn't matter how you line yours up. It's up to you. I'm just slightly overlapping. And that's just how the page naturally wanted to fold, so I'm fine with that. But I do want to line up with that on this tabbed page. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to fit inside. Don't worry about that. And then we have this one here. And again, I'll just show you that it doesn't really matter. And line it up the best you can. Okay, now let's get our glue. You can decide now or after you have put it together which side you want to be your cover. Okay? So it really does not matter, but we want the pages that don't have these flaps, okay? Oh, and we're going to add a spine, okay? I almost forgot. And that was where I went wrong the first time I tried doing this tutorial. So line up. It doesn't matter where you line it up, okay? And I actually did 3/8 on my spines. Let's get in there, 3/8. 1, 2, 3/8. Okay, and fold and crease. Almost forgot again, for Pete's sake. And that's what's going to give you a lot of room to put lots of goodies in your book. All right. And now make sure the tabs are facing you. And it's up to you. It really doesn't matter. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We're going to get one of these pages. That's right. Okay. Let's see. How do we have it in our book here? It's that way. And so we want to turn it this way. And we do want this page. We want the 2 6-inch sides. There we go. All right. Orientation. The 2 6-inch sides, the side with the flap is on your left. And then the 6-inch page with the other tab. And it's, you decide which way you want it, but I am doing the light side on the inside. And what might help is let's go ahead and glue these tucks, because you can cover with paper after. And that's what I did. If you want to do the covering after we've made this one and you're comfortable, you go ahead and do that. You can stop now and cover first before you do your pockets. Okay, now we're going to glue that on top of this page here and line it up and fold it over. Okay, so let's glue, and this also becomes a pocket. So let's glue it. And on camera, I am terrible at doing the glue. And also in here. Okay. Line it up. And fold it over. And there we go. So now we have a pocket, a tuck, and I totally blew it. Okay. And where did my edge go? Oh, it's on this one here. Okay. Now turn that page like so. So we are going to take one of these, and we want this one on the right side. That's going to be a flip. So now we want to glue this one to the bottom. Oops. Yeah, like so. There we go. Hold on one moment. Okay, minor adjustment. All right, so we have the first page, 1, 2, 3 and 3/4. Okay, with a 3/8 spine. So this will give you our pocket. Okay. Like so. And then on this side, so our first one was at 4 1/4, 4 3/4. Got 1, 2, oh no, 3/8 right there. And then a 1/2 inch to our left at 4 3/4. And then we have our first cover, our book. So it is going to be 5 inches wide, or just under. Where am I at? There we go, 4 3/4 wide. So we have glued the inside. It's not going to be the same. It's just, you know, if you glue yours somewhere different, it's fine. And then we want one of the 5 inch pages, the one without the flap, at 4 1/2 and 4 7/8. Make 2 marks, fold, and burnish them. Okay? And now we are going to glue them together. And we want this on the inside. Okay? That's why the 3/8 and the 1/2 inch, so it will fit right inside. And it's going to look different because it was a different file folder, so all of the tabs are different. You know what I mean? And it's just to have fun. Different way to make a mini album. Okay. Line it up. And we're just gluing the page to the cover. And now we can glue inside. Sorry for the confusion. There we go. And I think it's best to fold it in and do it that way. And wow, there we go. So we have a pocket and a page. And really burnish that in. Okay, there we go. And now let's get the other page. And let's do our pocket. There we go. And face the pocket to the inside. And we're going to glue it on before that first crease or mark there. And if you want it to be wider, just don't glue the top portion and you'll have an even wider pocket. Now this one, line it up to just before that fold. And to the bottom. It's going to fit no matter what. There we go. And that's it. And there's the gussets. There we go. There's the gussets. That's it. Right there. Fix my camera. And it's gonna your book will look a little bit different. It's totally up to you. How it comes out is how it comes out. But here we have that one. Here is my first one. And if you want it to close that way, that's all you do. And then here is this one here. So depending on where you put your creases is where your book's going to be. And if so there's how it goes together. And it is a um, medium advanced or moderately advanced project. Once you've gotten the idea of how to put albums together, then it's going to be second nature to you. I hope this messy tutorial was helpful and inspiring, and have some fun with some file folders. They're a great base for mini albums. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you next time. This is Denise Abate Smith. I'm Treasures of a Crafty Mind, and this is my new treasure. So cute. I love that. All right. And depending on the papers you use, it'll look totally different. So now I will come back, and this is going to be my base for my project for tomorrow for Decorate Your Life. So I hope you will come and see. Okay, bye.